lower.
We spend so much time fighting our enemies in CSGO that we rarely have the time to appreciate the character models. They're beautiful, and now that their basic blocky hitboxes have been replaced with sexy, smooth balls, there's no better time to perform some skin analysis. First off, how not to do it. The Leet crew nicely represents your average gamer, dropped into a war zone at short notice. Trainers rather than boots. Used dishcloth for a scarf that's just waiting to drop down and to expose his true identity. He won't be walking down the catwalk anytime soon, that's for sure. And what about his belt? Where does he attach important stuff to it? He hasn't thought this through very closely, has he? As luck would have it, he has chosen complementary colours for his jeans and top, but don't think for a second that it's intentional. His top screams, "Knock off Ralph Lauren," and his jeans, well, they're stained with the urine of 1,000 clutches. Now the Anarchist. Let me just say how I adore his faded Mackenzie skinny jeans, complete with rips that I believe he's made himself. It takes guts to tear into a $400 pair of trousers, but I feel he's pulled it off, even if the rips weren't intentional. Get a knife holster, man. Props to his ankle support boots, which will help keep the mud and slush away from his toes. Moving up a bit, we see that he's sporting a practical Adidas hoodie, lovingly plastered with custom patches and pockets. You can tell that he's put real love into his design to make it unique, but in a way that says, "I care more about the bigger picture," which he does by using an American flat scarf as a muffler. To keep him warm on office, perhaps. Or maybe to show who he stands and speaks for. Also note his matching bag. Reminds me of the sort you'd see at school. Maybe his mum's packed him a nice lunch for when the fighting is done. The Balkan gear is perhaps more appropriate for combat, blending in with the bleak brown environments on train. Everything about his getup screams practical, and has no doubt seen many trial runs given how worn it all looks. Perhaps from experience he has learned that a utility belt is better for keeping things within reach. We can see already that he's a more weathered fighter than the Anarchist with his child backpack. The Balkan's coat also has a fur lining to keep him warm during long camping sessions, probably located at T-spawn on casual matches. Now pay attention guys, this is how you pull off that baggy yet bulky look. This Phoenix Connection outfit is the most recent addition, and it shows. From his tan boots to his mysterious cotton balaclava, this handsome hulk of a man knows how to get your attention. He even comes prepared with a protective jacket that should help keep bloodstains off that Prada shirt. He's man enough to wear salmon, knowing full well that it's the new white, tastefully accentuated with a hint of tartan overlay, rolled up to reveal his hirsute arms, which is a perfectly cromulent style given today's bubble sphere. I kid you not. He even sports an Armani emblem on his belt. Makes you want to touch it, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Now, the professional lives up to his name by managing the same standard as the Phoenix, but with seemingly far less effort. Why hide your face with a balaclava when a pair of Ray-Bans can do the same thing more elegantly? Why wear a bulletproof vest if you're good enough not to get shot in the first place? Instead, replace it with a pinstripe waistcoat to help guide the eyes both down to his knife holder, sensible, and also up to a perfect Windsor knot. Bet he's got another equally impressive outfit hidden away in that duffel bag. If only he had a beautiful British accent, he could have been up there with James Bond as a 00 agent. Still, I'd go home with this guy. No homo. And lastly, the pirate. Rather cliched theme, but he pulls it off with a clearly toned ass and abs and oh my, look at the muscles on this bad boy. Once again, no homo, just saying that he's in good physical shape. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the truth. Were I gay, which I'm not, I'd love for him to pin me up against that bit of my wall just between the green screen and the wardrobe. As his belts of ammunition dropped to the floor, he could mumble angry, piratey things into my ear. I could sort of try to resist at first, but my defense would crumble as I'm overpowered by his incredibly ripped torso and angry, piratey eyes. Or eye. Doesn't matter though. 'Cause no homo.